Welcome, everyone. Happy Tuesday. We're a week out from election 2024. We're live with Lisa. Let's bring her up.
Without further ado,
Without further ado, let's get to the point. What are we talking about this week, Lisa? It's the last week of October and kicking us into the first week of November. So, what's on your mind?
we we are talking about being public education voters, and what defending, supporting, promoting, protecting public education means right now. Above everything is no on Amendment 80. That is the amendment that would create a constitutional right to school choice. That we've got choice in Colorado. It's alive and well and doing well for over 3 decades. But this would put private schools into the Constitution, and it could result in taking what are way too scarce public dollars being spent on our public schools and putting them into private schools. A lot of other states have gone that direction, and it's been a disaster for everybody. So that's what we're talking about. And the other thing about public education voters is that a lot of folks are in districts where their districts are looking for, are going for a mill levy override, or for a bond, and those are really critical. And we're hoping folks will step up and say yes to their local school board initiatives. Did I
Yes.
mention no on 80?
Yeah, no on 80. You hit on all the topics that we've, been discussing over the past month and a half or so since we started the Live with Lisa. And is there anything else that voters might benefit from hearing about today?
Well, a few things. One is that pretty much now you've got your ballot. You got to find it on your counter. I know exactly where mine is and how many layers of stuff they're beneath. I know it's a really crowded ballot, and the blue book was huge. And if you're in Denver, there's also a white book that talks about some of the issues, but all of them. I know it's a really daunting task, and it's just really important that people take the time, get out your ballot, make sure you vote, even if you don't figure out what to do on everything on your ballot. You got to vote no on 80. It's really critical that we send that message, and you got to vote on all the other things that matter. So that's the message. Is there's lots of reasons to delay. I know that the size of the ballot is what stopped me. And the other thing that people need to know is find your drop box for a ballot, or find the voter center that will help you if you mark your ballot wrong, or if you didn't get it. If you haven't registered yet, you can register up until the day of the election, and vote a provisional ballot. But get out there, go, and it's too late to mail it. You'd be risking not having your vote counted if you mail it today or beyond. So you gotta find a way to turn in your ballot. But it's so important to the students of Colorado.
Thank you for that. And I know we want to shout out a couple of organizations we know are going over those big ballot guides and the ballot at your house. So Black Parent Network and is working with another one of our favorite organizations, the Colorado Fiscal Institute, correct? And just going over what all is on the ballot.
Yep, absolutely. There's a number of organizations that will do that. I'm hearing a future student on your side, Annalise, and that we got to get this right.
They're
Um,
very excited about
They're
voting.
excited about the election. Yeah, so there's a lot of ways to go and find other organizations that will talk about the ones beyond the ones that we talk about, the local mill and bonds and Amendment 80. So there's a lot of places you can look up the bell. You can there's the Colorado Fiscal Institute. If you just go to cfi.org, I think. No, coloradofiscal.org. and Bell Policy Center. You can find all kinds of really good analysis about your ballot. But it's really important, even if you don't decide how you're going to vote on everything, you gotta get that ballot in by 7 o'clock, November 5th. That is a week from today, which it's just so hard to believe.
I've put some links in the chat so folks can take a look. Go ahead and visit blackparentnetwork.org. Their event is on Wednesday, and I'll even show the ballot guide that Colorado Fiscal Institute has available as well. Here you go. Scroll on down. Take a
Colorado
look.
Public Radio has a great one as well.
Mhm.
That talks about every one of the state ballots. That's just cpr.org. So many ways to get good information. And one thing that we also need from folks is to share our stuff. We've got a reel on our Facebook page that please go and share it. It's probably on Instagram too. But our slate, our public education voter slate, you can find on our Facebook page, and just hope that you will find it, share it, because people really do need to hear from the folks that they know and that they respect how they're voting on things. That's frequently a really good way to get people to focus on a ballot measure that they wouldn't necessarily be thinking about otherwise. Is, oh, Annalise, it's on my page, she's saying vote no. That helps me get into this, and I can link on something and learn more about why. But it's word of mouth that matters a whole lot more than television commercials and the things you get in your mailbox that you might put right away into recycling. Talking to people and letting other people know, that is the most, in this technology day and age, people hearing from the folks they know, that's still the most important thing.
Speaking of folks they know, shout out to all the districts opposing Amendment 80.
Yes.
What is it? Oh, over 10 districts at this
It's
point?
probably closer to 20, and I think there's some we don't know about, but a big shout out, Pooter and Harrison down in El Paso County, and Brighton 27J just passed them this week. We know that Greeley and Jeffco and
Steamboat
Adams
Springs, yep, Boulder.
And that's another thing that's on our Facebook page. So you can find a reel that mentions all the districts that have taken that action. And, if you see yours on it, share it. And if you don't see yours on it, email me at lisa@greateducation.org and let's work on it. Even though there's just a week left, it's still important to get the word out.
And it's important too, because on our page, I did post our blog that is highlighting these updates and the resolutions, because this is a process that can be replicated in the future, where districts can take these measures. You as a parent, as a resident, can encourage your school board to take these steps and get it done. So we definitely want to encourage the participation even earlier than, or only for election time, where it is definitely plastered everywhere, but on different decisions, there can be district actions taken, and they can take a stand on certain things based on what the parents are bringing to them. So it's really a great highlight to do for the districts, because we as Great Ed support the districts, and obviously the mill and bond levies is an example. Like, yes, they need more funding. They're saying they're going to spend it. I even saw a couple of fundraisers talking about fill the gap. It's sad.
Yeah.
It shouldn't be based on that, to get the bare minimum. And that kind of goes into one of the things we've talked about in a while. The adequacy study. So, talking about filling the gap for what DSA and other schools and other districts, but some people don't even know what the gap is. So can you remind us with the adequacy study? What are we going to learn?
Great point, Annalise. I'm going to do, before I get to that though, you made a really good point about taking action at the local level to influence the state level. And that's what's happened. And we were working with a group called Heal to Win and the Public School Strong campaign, to give people the tools so that they can get folks to come together to tell their school board. Right now, like you said, it's take a resolution against 80. And we've had teams in Greeley and Jeffco and other places who have gone to their school boards and made that request. And you pointed out, we don't have to stop with this election. Organizing at the school district and getting teams together and working with your school board to advocate for better funding of schools, that is a winning recipe. And you asked about the adequacy study. The adequacy study it's like a blueprint for school success. It is a study that says, okay, we've said what we want our schools to accomplish. We want every student, no matter who they are, no matter where they are, no matter how they learn, no matter their identities, we want every student to get the resources they need so that they can leave school ready to thrive, ready to lead their best life, right? That's the state has set the standards for what that means. And so this study is going to say, well, what does that mean? What's the right class size? How many health professionals do you need in a school to make sure that students are in a place that they're ready to learn and feel supported and can find their way to college or a pathway to their career? What are the resources we need? And two studies actually doing just that are going to be delivered to the legislature in January of this year. And it is absolutely critical that we come together locally, talking to our school boards and having the school boards advocate to our legislators, that we directly advocate to our legislators to say, let's get it done. This is the blueprint to student success. This is, these are the gaps, like Annalise was just saying. So let's get it done. Let's find a path. Let's set the course so that we are actually providing our schools with the resources they need and teachers with the income they need to stay in the game and to be the wonderful professionals that they want to be, but are just stressed to the limit with low pay and just overwhelming class loads and course loads. And let's get it done. Let's figure out we've got a blueprint coming out, and let's make sure our legislators get it done. And they may need our help as voters, and we'll be ready to get it done.
Let's get it done. And we did a great job. Thank you, Lisa, summarizing and highlighting the things that are important for public education voters and advocates. We have been able to see a lot of new folks joining this conversation, especially as they're learning about Amendment 80 and just what the status of Colorado education is. So we have plenty of transplants, have new parents or new to parenting parents, right, or new to parenting in Colorado parents who are seeing, hey, wow, I actually would like this for my child, or experiencing something in parenting they didn't plan to, and are seeing, hey, this is where my voice should be. So we definitely want to shout out to the Heal to Win, get involved in the school board level, but then knowing that the school boards can pass resolutions and really it's part of why we have a democracy. Like, this is where our flow is, and
right,
it's our voice, and it's an opportunity to grow and address the things that matter and are important, especially for us, our kids, who are our future, right? And
they don't get to vote.
They don't get to vote. I did actually, you know what? That reminds me. I forget which state, so forgive me. I'll find the article. I'll post it later. But there was a state that had a really, a city and district supporting registering their high school seniors to vote and a couple of other really important milestones for them embedded into their high school experience. So really, really powerful. And I know a couple districts in Colorado have worked on the pre-registration process.
Exactly.
So
Yeah. At
you're
16, you can
automatically in.
pre-register.
Exactly. And so that means you're going to get the information. That means you're going to be in the pool for jury duty. That means you're going to be in the pool ahead of time, right? That great pool. And there's something else I want to say. I have had experience with friends and myself. Make sure you got your ballot. Some people got their
Great
guide
point.
and some people did not get the ballot actually and had to go in anyway. So please, if you're waiting, you shouldn't be. Take action, take initiative, find your ballot voting location and get your ballot reprinted. They can do that for you on site and bring your ID. And it's very shocking the individuals who are impacted, who have been voting or even have been registered and got booted because maybe they didn't send in on time in the past. It only takes 2 years of inactive status to be removed. Even in Colorado, you might think that's something in other states, but nope. Colorado had that enacted, and it has taken folks off. So off the poll registry. And so you need to go on ahead and get registered and just double check. Super simple process. And like you said earlier, you can still register the day of. So
Yep. And Annalise, I was kind of looking around at my screen while you're talking because I wanted to find that last that did not copy very well. It's govotecolorado.gov. And that's where you can find out, you can get information about your own registration, where to go, where to drop off ballots, what to do if you didn't find your ballot. It's absolutely critical. This is such an important election for so many reasons. So there you go. Get out there and vote. And once we're done voting, that's not the end of our fight for public education. We're going to be
just one on the task list to get it done, right?
Get it done.
Top priorities, but we're getting it done. So let's go.
Getting it done, and we're going to get that blueprint to student success, and we're going to get it done.
Thanks, Lisa.
Thanks, Annalise.
All right. Take care, everyone.